Thankfully for us, our risk is much lower. Because this is coming in the early morning hours where there's not a lot of instability, our risk is extremely low here in Charlotte. The same setup earlier in the day would be a different story, so we're thankful for that. Areas of light rain, though, ahead of the main line have started to move in parts there of the Charlotte area, mainly south of the Queen City for Lancaster County, York County, parts of Chester, Chesterfield, but overall, at least for now, it is a very low threat. Our main window of opportunity for storms in the Piedmont is about 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. This could at times lead to some strong gusty wind, frequent lightning, and heavy rain. But again, our threat is relatively low compared to what the East Coast is going to see heading through the second half of Saturday. In fact, our futurecast rotation tracks are really minimal, mainly along there in southeast there of the Queen City. And that's where really our best instability is too, mainly between about 2 and 6. And then eventually most areas completely dry out by 8 a.m. And that's where we eventually start to see that front moving away from us, hitting the east coast there of both North and South Carolina by the second half of Saturday. You can see the very slim margin of our southeastern counties that's still included in that threat. So if we do get a strong to severe thunderstorm, a severe thunderstorm warning, it's most likely going to be from gusty wind in excess of about 60 miles an hour. Just to be safe, if you have any loose items maybe on a patio or any furniture outside that maybe you don't want to be blown around, I'd take it inside tonight just in case. The risk for some small hail, a brief spin-up tornado, and flooding is pretty low, but it's not zero. So you can trust our team will keep a close eye on this. Now, there is a slightly higher risk of some localized flooding and a few pockets of heavy rain, only because we had rain earlier this week. So do keep that in mind if you're going to be driving anytime on Saturday. But the main line of storms comes in about 2 a.m. You see those pockets of heavy rain beginning across parts there of the Piedmont and then rolls out pretty quickly too. By 8 a.m., most areas are dry, and then look where it's headed toward Raleigh, areas like Greenville, down toward Florence, and eventually shifts closer to the beach as we get closer to Saturday afternoon. Now, the one spot that is still going to see precipitation is the mountains, even past 8 a.m. And that's because snow is going to mix in, especially at the highest elevations of Ashwaubenon and Avery County, where it's not out of the question that 3 to even 5 inches of snow could fall. Again, that's mainly above 3,500 feet. So their overall rain potential will be much lower because most of it is snow. But look at the Queen City and areas across the Piedmont, upwards of 3/4 of an inch to an inch, inch and a half possible. And in those heaviest pockets of rain, I do think 2 inches will likely be some of our highest totals. Wind gusts are going to be extremely high even once the front passes by through Saturday afternoon. We're clear from any rain, but still gust potential up to about 40 miles an hour in Charlotte and then 50 miles an hour in the mountains, which could lead to some isolated power outages. So keep an eye out for that. Now, because of the colder air filtering in once the front is over, plus the wind, we have wind chills actually below freezing most of the afternoon and evening Saturday for the mountains. We're going to be in the teens here in the Piedmont, and that'll continue all really afternoon Saturday into overnight and then Sunday morning. You see, we're still feeling like the teens for much of the area, single digits up toward the mountains. Now, that of course is the feels like, but what's the actual air temperature Sunday morning? Right around 20 degrees. This will be the coldest morning in a few weeks, and a hard freeze is likely. So if you have any plants that are outside, you planted a little bit early, make sure you cover them, bring them closer to your home, or even bring them totally inside if you can, because that hard freeze, of course, Sunday morning will likely be near the freezing mark Monday morning before eventually getting closer to the upper 60s to near 70 degrees as we head through the work week. We'll be right back.